Hello everyone. Today let us look into Gaussian function. This is part of mathematical methods for physics playlist. Gaussian is such a important function and it plays a very important role in understanding many aspects of physics. And its form looks something like this: a exponential minus of x minus b whole square by c square. So the function y depends on x and a, b, c. Well, x is the independent parameter, ABC are numbers. So A stands for height, B is center, and C is a parameter which controls the width. Now, when it comes to application, we come across these two versions. They differ by what comes as a multiplicative factor. In the first version, it is height version where we have three parameters, A, B, and C. Whereas in the area version, instead of the A parameter, we have sigma root 2 pi. So the area version is nothing but normalized version of this height version. So when it comes to usage, there is a little bit difference between these two things, and one has to be careful in applying this. Now look into the visualization part. So this is our usual window for exploring the basic graphs in physics. So first, there are two things, Gaussian height and area. First, let us look into Gaussian height. And then to start with, let us initiate these two parameters, A, B, and C. B as something and C as something. And let's see how does it look. So this is a typical Gaussian function. It is also referred to as a bell-shaped function. In the simulation, we are trying to understand what is the role of these parameters A, B, and C on the shape of the function. So let us first select A and then change this parameter and look what happens to the function. So first I'll increase the parameter A from its present value of 2.12 and then see what happens. So first effect, we see that the Gaussian function is always in first and second quadrant. I'm increasing the height or the parameter A, and then we can see the parameter A increases the height. Now I decrease the parameter in a continuous manner. And all the way up to 0. So let me get it to 2. And then let us compare now. Compare different Gaussians with different parameters of A. Now this is with 2 exponential minus x minus 1.32 whole square divided by 2 into 1.65 square is something looks like this. Now let us increase this parameter A. This is with 2.7. Now as we have increased the parameter here, the Gaussian is increasing in its height. So you can see the value of the function at each x is also changing. When you say height is increasing, it implies that also. And all the way up to 7.12 allowed by our simulation. So the parameter A, which sits here, results in change in the height of the function. Now let us take the parameter B. So before going there, let us fix this parameter at some point. Let me put it at 5. And then see what happens with the B. I'm increasing the parameter B. Presently it is 1.95, 2.58, 3.216, and then let me increase it continuously. So as the parameter B is increasing, the graph shifts to the right. And when the parameter is decreased, it is moving to the left. Now this is with 0. In principle, we can have negative values where the function will be appearing here. So let's superimpose. This is with 0, 0.6, 1.26, 3.26, 4.81, and all the way to 6.32. The role of this parameter B is deciding where its maximum will be present. So before going to the parameter C, let me put it at 0 and let us change C. So present value of C is 1.65. First, let us increase the parameter C from 1.65. This is 2.31. Now you can see the width of the function is increasing. Now let us observe this effect with the superimpose mode. That will be interesting. Let's go here. Let's observe this in the superimpose mode. This time, let me decrease the parameter. So this is with about 4. This function was with 4 and this is with 3.325. This is 2.6. This is 1.9, 1.33, 0.65. So the parameter C is deciding how wide the graph will be there. So as the parameter C is increasing, the width is increasing, and the parameter C decreases, width is decreasing. Now let us see where this parameters A, B, and C appear on the graph. For that, let us generate a Gaussian with these 3 parameters. Height is 10, centered on 2, and width of 2.8. So it looks something like this. Let's see where these parameters appear on the graph. So first A is 10. We can see this blue line represents. So A is the height of the graph. B is 2. You can see it is here where the center is there, where the maximum will occur is at B. At x equal to B, the function is maximum, and the maximum value is A, that is 10. And C is related to width. Now, when we deal with Gaussian or exponential kind of functions, the metric we use is at what value of x, the function value becomes 1 by e of the maximum value. For example, in this function, the maximum value is 10. So 10 by e happens to be 3.68. So somewhere here, 3.68. So at what value of x, the value of the function y becomes 10 by e. So that is the width, 1 by e width. Now here the width is 4, that is from x equal to 2 to about x equal to 6. So the width is 4, and this will be related to the parameter c. The importance of c is at a value of root 2c from the center, the value of the function will drop to 1 by e of the maximum.